Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Las Vegas. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Going bell to bell with the best in professional wrestling news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises from inside the squared circle. Now, let's get to all the exciting pro wrestling action and bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
And good morning, Las Vegas. How are we doing today?
Magical, man.
Yeah, baby. That's what we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It doesn't stop, man. It's like Doug Henning and David Copperfield just rolled into one show.
Explain that.
And David Blaine and...
Okay.
Should I keep going?
Nah. I get it, man.
No,
the magic part.
Yeah, the magic. They're magicians.
All right, yeah.
I may have gone a little old school on you. I apologize, Data Difference.
That's what you do.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a little older.
You are an old man.
Wow. See, I didn't ask for that.
Well, I mean...
Yeah, thanks.
No disrespect. We all age.
No disrespect.
Some just get better, and, some get older.
Wow.
And you're getting better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You're a magical man.
David Difference, everybody.
Oh, the difference of Dave.
Yeah, there's a difference, all right. That's not a good one, though. It's like negative.
What's that?
Negative 42.
Hold on. This is how we're starting this show
Well,
today? I mean,
you
what
called me old.
No, you said you're getting old.
Yeah, I was trying to go gracefully on that, and you pushed me over the cliff.
True that. That's what I do, man.
God, why does everybody's been running the buses over me on radio shows this week?
Yeah.
Trust me, it's been a weird week here at the KDAWN studios. Very weird week.
Oh.
But it is what it is. I'm Mark Hoke. Thanks for being with us. David Difference already got introduced.
Yay.
Ahead of me.
Oh,
on my show.
Yeah. Is my mic working or is it these headphones? Because I feel like I'm not loud enough.
Oh,
man.
your mic's working.
I feel like you're trying to drown me out.
No,
what's going on?
You're fine.
Okay, I'm good.
You're popping the meter. It's all good. Oh my God!
All right, let's start over. The intro again, man. Let's go.
It's the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. Believe it or not, here on the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN 101.5 FM, we are the talk of Las Vegas. David, unlike our open, we have a terrific show coming up.
Yes, we do, man.
Phenomenal show.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Do you know why we have a phenomenal show coming up?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Other than all the terrific pro wrestling news that's been going on, and it has been a hectic week. 2 outstanding guests. We bring it to you again. Matt Black, senior editor at WrestleZone.com, one of the top wrestling sites on the planet.
Oh, wow.
Is going to be joining us on the phone in the second hour.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to having Matt on the show. And, unfortunately, I think Matt might be walking into an ambush here a little bit.
He might be. He said some things, man. He said some things that I don't know.
Yeah, he was a little disappointed in us Las Vegans for Double or Nothing.
I don't know.
So
we'll clear the air.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. Matt's a good dude. Just saying what he said. What happens on the Twitter machine.
Everybody got an opinion. Yeah, that's why I don't get on there, man. I just hopped on there. I don't say nothing.
Is that why you just hide on there?
What is there to say? Like, I don't understand. I understand if you're promoting something or, but I don't know. I guess that's the social media as a whole. But Twitter, I just was never my thing.
All right. Fair enough. Well.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Live the way you want to live, bro.
Thank you.
So we'll have Matt Black on the show in the second hour. And coming up in our next segment, I am so scared. Seriously.
Frightened?
I'm frightened. Because I'm just wondering if there's going to be glass broken in the studio.
Uh-oh.
If, I've got a cup over here, might get shattered. I've got screens.
Who would do that?
Well, who would do that?
Yeah, who's coming in here, man?
Ricky Tenacious, the Songbird, is with us in studio.
Oh, wow.
And I got to tell you.
Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you and you and you and you and you. Hello.
He's already here.
Is it me you're looking for?
This is what we got to deal with today.
If you have not seen Ricky perform, It is a sight to behold. You know how many, you know that my daughter is not a big wrestling person. I take her to the cards.
Right.
But a lot of time her head is buried in the phone. Do you know the two wrestlers that I have taken her to see recently that have gotten her attention?
I'm going to go based on the topic, Ricky Tenacious.
One was Bully Ray.
Oh. And Ricky Tenacious.
And two was Ricky Tenacious.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I like it, man.
She hates Ricky.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, just the character. She doesn't hate Ricky himself.
She might.
No, Ricky's a good dude.
I think, well, we'll get into that, but yeah.
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm here to learn.
Dissed my daughter at a show.
What's that?
He dissed my daughter at a show.
Oh, damn.
She didn't like it.
Was it?
Crowd interaction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you come to the show and you're there not just to watch, you're there to be part of the show, and so you can call it dissing the fan, but I call it just getting them involved, I mean, I maybe for that short amount of time they felt like the spotlight was on them. Not too much though, because most of the spotlight's always on me, of course. But
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Ricky Tenacious. Huh?
So the Songbird is with us, as you can tell, and we're going to get to talk to Ricky about his career and this great card he's got coming up with Big Valley Wrestling here on the 24th. It's going to be an outstanding show, so we're looking forward to getting him into the mix, and I guess he's going to hang around and we'll talk some wrestling and have a great time.
Maybe he could do a jingle for the Mark Hoke Show.
Oh, my God.
That would be dope.
I think we should have a sing-off.
Well, I'm not against the sing-off. I mean, I'm very interested in singing. As far as a jingle goes, you might have to talk to my manager about that one.
Wow.
But, I mean, let's just see how this show goes, and
Damn.
maybe by the end of it, I'll feel tenacious enough to record one of those for you as a little favor for having me on here today.
Oh, my God.
He just big leagued us.
He did.
So good,
Why
man.
is it, David, why is it that you keep costing me money?
Well,
Jarrett, if you missed it when we had Jeff Jarrett in studio,
yeah.
David solicited love and dating advice from Jeff.
For you.
And
I was
life
trying
advice.
to do you a favor.
He was trying to do me a favor. Well, Jarrett sent me the bill
Yeah.
for the counseling session.
How much was that?
He's expensive, dude.
Well, it's a process.
It's a process. It's a process that emptied my wallet out.
Well, you got to look at the long-term game here. All right, you're looking right in front of you right now. You got to get a wider view.
I'm not the wider view I'm going to have is living under an overpass somewhere.
Like a troll.
Yeah, something like that, because you're costing me every dime I have.
Well,
So just thank you, David
I
Difference.
apologize, man.
Yeah, and by the way, just real fast, for anybody that's listening out on the East Coast, maybe my friends out towards the Philly area, please be safe out there. I don't know if you saw that I-95 chunk collapsed today. There was a tanker that was under it, and it exploded, and yeah, part of I-95 in Philly is gone. So please be safe out there if you're listening out there on the East Coast.
Yeah, and we got weather report coming up next. What's up? I thought this was a wrestling show.
I'm just saying, telling my friends, I got
Be
friends out
safe
that
out
way.
there. Yeah, of course. Philly love. I love Philly, man. Be safe out there.
Motown Philly back again.
Yes, sir.
Oh God! See, now I'm gonna get Ricky singing again. I gotta be careful. Trust me. I know that game. Anything
tempt me. Don't
anything
tempt
can
me.
be a song.
Yeah, I'm really interested to get into your story. I know we chat here and there every once in a while, but let's get into it. I wanna know.
Let's get it started in here. I was listening to Christina Aguilera on the way here, so
Okay, you're
I've
inspired.
kind of got that, that tune in me. You know what I'm saying? Whoa! Okay, maybe that's a little bit too much for the viewers, but I don't want to give too much away. I got to give them a reason to buy a ticket to see me. But
There we go. Man.
But yeah, man, I'm very excited to be here. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm excited to be part of not just a phenomenal wrestling talk show, but now a tenacious talk show as well. So thanks so much for having me, Mark. And yeah, let's get into it.
It's gonna be fun. So we'll dig into what's going on with Ricky in just a little bit. First thing I wanted to hit before we get rolling with Ricky, by the way, I don't know if you saw a huge upset this week, David.
Which one?
A huge upset we got a new Impact World Champion as Alex Shelley won the Impact World Championship from Steve Macklin on Thursday night.
Very interesting.
And the world is kind of stunned about this. Of course, Alex has been around forever. The one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. And, of course, Chris Sabin his partner was a TNA champion about 10 years ago. Well, Sabin won the X Division title. He beat Trey Miguel, and so Miguel's reign is over. And now a stunner is Alex Shelley has won the world championship. And, he's getting a lot of "you deserve it," and he's also getting a lot of "why did that happen?" Mm-hmm. So pretty surprising result there, David. Alex Shelley is the Impact World Champ. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I think it's very interesting. What is your take? Like more of his history on there. So, what was your initial reaction to that?
I was surprised. I think a lot of people were just expecting Macklin was going to roll through that match and keep that championship, but I'm curious to see where it goes because, Alex, I mean, obviously those guys have won singles titles before, but mostly it's been the Motor City Machine Guns, one of the great tag teams of the last 15 years. And to see Alex just get in there kind of out of the blue and win the Impact title with, of course, Josh Alexander just forfeited it due to injury, and Macklin had won that title in a match with Kushida. But it is very surprising. I don't know if it's a kind of a loyalty thing to Impact, or what the plan is there. But
right, what so going forward, do you see a story with that, or is it just a moment in time that give him his flowers?
Yeah, I wonder if it's a transitional championship, but you never know. I mean, it was very strange. I mean, you can kind of tell I'm talking about it that when I saw it happen Thursday night, I was like, really? And it's not that Alex Shelley's a bad wrestler or anything like that. He's been around forever. He's terrific. But a world championship reign, I'm wondering where it's going to go.
Well, this industry is full of surprises.
That is very true.
We never know, and everybody's got an opinion again, like we do state. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Let's see it play out, man.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, and it was kind of neat to see. Of course, Sabin, winning the X Division title too. So both members of the Motor City Machine Guns are now singles champions in Impact. So kind of a surprise there. So we'll see where that all ends up. And I'll also mention this too before we head over to break. A big injury in WWE, big one, like a monstrous one, as Braun Strowman is going to be out for a long time. He had neck fusion surgery, and was actually reporting he had a slight bit of paralysis in one of his legs. Was just messed up, and had successful surgery. But Braun Strowman goes on the shelf with the neck fusion surgery, which is always pretty difficult to come back from. We've seen guys do it, but how much more are we going to see the monster among men?
Yeah, what's the rehab on that? What's that looking like?
They're probably talking early next year, maybe somewhere in there. So he's going to be out for a good 9 months to a year. But that's a rough injury, and especially he and Ricochet were in a pretty successful tag team, and he was, of course, had just come back to WWE a little while ago after being released, and now he is gone. So kind of a rough spot there for Strowman. I mean, you got to wonder about his future. I mean, that's tough for a big guy like that to come back from something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully he recovers and gets back to doing what he loves. But I didn't like that tag team.
Really? Okay.
If I could say that. It's just the mismatch. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know why that tag team got made, right?
Mm-mm.
Well, Strowman had made some comments about wrestlers that were flippy floppers.
Okay, yeah.
Referring to guys like Ricochet, who were just flying all over the place. And so kind of as a, shall we say, a WWE education camp,
they put them together.
They put him with Ricochet, and the team actually ended up taking off. So that's why those two were together, in kind of one of those funny stories. But yeah, it is kind of sad to see Braun Strowman out. Didn't know what plans they really had for him, but we want to wish the big guy all the best.
Yeah, anytime anybody gets injured, man, like they're out there doing what they love for people that love it, and yeah, it's sad, man.
Absolutely. So, and of course, there's a whole lot more going on. We're going to get to be talking about what happened with the Bloodline this week.
Yes, sir.
That conversation's going to take a while, and of course, another belt fiasco in WWE.
Don't do it, Mark.
I'm doing it.
Don't do it.
No, I'm doing it. I am going to do it and do it and do it well.
All right, man.
As the kids like to say, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting a little redundant and absurd. But
I don't even know what to say. But we've got that, and of course, the passing of a legend. We have lost the Iron Sheik, and we will revisit his career later on in the show as well. Of course, we've got Matt Black coming up in the second hour, but very shortly, we are going to get to talk to our in-studio guest. He's literally the one and only.
Oh, yeah.
There is no one else like him.
Not a single person.
No. Ricky Tenacious in the house. We're excited to have him, and we'll talk to him about his incredible career so far and what he's got going on with Big Valley Wrestling. So stick around, everybody. We will be right back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN. It's the best pro wrestling news and entertainment. We'll be right back. The Mark Hoke Show is proud to announce our partnership with pro wrestling's premier charity, the Cauliflower Alley Club. For nearly 60 years, the CAC has stood strong, assisting members of the wrestling industry in their times of need. Please join us in supporting the Cauliflower Alley Club by becoming a member for just $25 a year or make an individual donation today. Go to caulifloweralleyclub.org and give back to the people that have brought us so much entertainment and joy in pro wrestling. Once again, that's caulifloweralleyclub.org.
Infinite Wellness can help you achieve your goals and look and feel your best. Our regenerative medicine clinic utilizes stem cell and exome therapy. We also have a comprehensive weight loss program and numerous other services you can find on our website at infinitewellness.info. We're located at 8925 West Post Road, Suite 100, right across from IKEA. You can book your appointment today by calling us at 702-842-2244 or find us on social media at infinitewellness.lv. We'd love to be a part of your journey.
101.5 FM KDAWN.
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN 101.5 FM. We are the talk of Las Vegas. That's what we do here. And it is the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. Myself, the aforementioned Mark Hoke, the David Difference.
Yes, sir.
What's going on in there, big man?
Oh, man, good times in here.
Yeah?
Yeah, good times. And Ricky was just singing to me, man. A little lullaby.
Yeah.
A tear came out of his eye.
Slowly dropped down
Yeah.
my face.
Well, if you've heard Ricky sing, you know why Dave was crying. It's all good. But by the way, if you want things to be, maybe just a little bit better for yourself, you don't want to cry anymore.
Uh-huh.
Stop on over to Infinite Wellness.
Oh, and it'll stop you from crying?
Well, it should help a little bit.
That don't sound healthy, man.
That's what they do over there. They try to help you out.
Okay.
Occupational therapy, massage therapy, hair restoration, ED, weight loss, which Jenny and the team over there are helping us out. A mutual friend of ours, Jenny Santana.
Ah, yes.
One of the owners of that fine facility.
Marvelous woman. Marvelous.
So, if you just need to feel a little bit better about yourself, we want to try and improvements here or there. You ladies at Botox and all sorts of great stuff over there too to help out.
What about men? Men don't Botox. Do men Botox?
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure some of them do.
Oh, of course they do.
But the key thing, and what got to start, if you want to never cry again, go down there.
Yeah.
Is that even a thing? It's good to cry, man.
It is good to cry.
All right.
But maybe you're sad about how you're feeling, and you just want to change it a little bit.
The mood, yeah.
Go to Infinite Wellness, 8925 West Post Road, Suite 100. You can set up an appointment by calling 842-2244 at 702-842-2244, or go to infinitewellness.info and get your appointment set up. And I got to tell you, by the way, Dr. Carpio over there, Caprio, excuse me, great guy. One of the nicest doctors I've ever met. So, like I said, I'm working with him too. So, join in the fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Have you ever met a mean doctor that was just rude and obnoxious?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Isaac Yankum.
Yeah, he'll just light you on fire.
Right.
Yeah. But check it out, infinitewellness.info, and get your appointment today. So one guy who is always just happy and peppy and probably doesn't need to go to Infinite Wellness is our good friend in studio,
Yeah.
Ricky Tenacious. Ricky, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm feeling like I always do, and that's tenacious, grand, ready to do things my broad way. So, like I said, I'm very grateful to be here today. It's early, but it's good to be up early. It's great to stay up late. So, yeah.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey, that's
gimmick
that's
for
my thing, okay? Remember who's the guest here, okay?
What the hell, man?
Remember who's the guest.
Yeah, Ricky, you can go home.
The
Mark's got
special
this.
guest, by the way.
You are very special, Ricky. There's no doubt about it.
I heard some Broadway in your voice, though. I do have to say that. Did you ever grace the fine stages of your high school musical club?
Believe it or not, I did not.
Oh,
I was in chorus, but I never got into that. I was too busy being stupid and, doing sports.
Yeah.
oh. Well,
Total mistake. I played piano.
oh, well. I mean, you could have been Ricky Tenacious and done both. That's why I'm here. I did sports and musical theater, and then it birthed me. And now I'm here today. So
Overachiever.
Well, Ricky, tell us a little bit about yourself, because there's probably some people out there that might not have heard of you if they haven't. Give them a little rundown on the start of Ricky Tenacious, where all that came from, and what's going on in the career.
my name is the Songbird of professional wrestling, Ricky Tenacious. And yes, the Tenacious does come from the musical duo Tenacious D. And today I'm a wrestler of 10 years. I wrestle here in Las Vegas for Future Stars of Wrestling and my company, Big Valley Wrestling. I also wrestle on the West Coast here and there. And yeah, I'm enjoying my summer. I've gotten to wrestle some very reputable names in my day, and I'm very thankful for that. I've also been trained by some of the best minds in the business, some of the best training you can get today if you're aspiring to be a professional wrestler. I'm singing my tunes, and I'm slamming my opponents, and I'm having a great time doing it.
Well, tell us a little bit about maybe some of the matches that you've had, because you say you've been in the ring with some pretty big names. Like, who are some of the ones that have stood out to you over this 10-year career?
Well, definitely Sinn Bodhi, who is my trainer. Formerly known as Kazarni from WWE. He's definitely one that comes to mind. Another one that comes to mind is one of my favorite matches that I've ever had, which is with Effy, who is what I guess you could call an indie darling, is kind of the term that goes around today. A very reputable wrestler for Game Changer Wrestling. I also got to work with All Good Anthony Green last year during, I think it was one of the very many busy wrestling weekends here in Las Vegas. That was a match that I was very, very happy to have. And then, a lot of the matches I've had with those names that are referred to, some of them are matches that people I've never seen. They're matches that took place in training where I just happened to be there and they happened to be there and we locked eyes and it was just meant to be, and then before you know it, boom, we're chain wrestling. I'm singing to them. They're giving me weird looks,
Okay.
but we still wrestled, you know what I'm saying?
So where did the Songbird thing come from? Everybody's got to try and do something to stand out. You definitely stand out with this, for sure.
Yeah, I think originally you weren't singing. You didn't bless us with your voice. I remember you coming out, then all of a sudden transitioned. What triggered that?
Well, as I said before, Tenacious came from Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Right, the musical duo. And I came up with that when I was I think 14. And another thing they have to know about my journey is I started collegiate wrestling when I was 7, I believe.
Okay.
So wrestling's been in my life for a long time. And even before that, I first watched Monday Night Raw when I was 5. And it wasn't until a little bit after that I found out that my dad, Benny Espinosa, he was a referee for the original Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so wrestling was kind of already an embedded thing. You know, I mean, when I say embedded, like, you know, wrestling was always on in our house, you know, and I genuinely loved it. It was just one of those things you watch and you just know this is your thing. This is going to be for you, you know. And so I collegiate wrestled, and then when I was 11, I went to a show, and they had a flyer for a wrestling school, and it said that they trained teenagers in a class. And so I went. I lied about my age, by the way, but I was a big boy. But yeah, so I lied about my age, got in there. I was so excited. And so because I was a teenager, I kind of just trained in pro, like on and off. Like it was kind of like 3 months on and then 9 months off, because I those 9 months I was in school and I was wrestling collegiately and I was focusing on that. Okay. And then yeah, around like 13 or 14, that's when things really started to lock in for me as far as pro wrestling goes, and really getting it and knowing how to do it and finding my groove and just being good enough and decent enough to be able to have a competitive match. And a lot of veterans have said this before, and I'll say it now, is like, you know, a lot of the wrestlers you see today, you know, their character they have now, which I would assume is one of the most successful forms of them, you know, one of the most successful versions. You know, they had several different drafts of themselves before that. And that's what happened with me. Like, I started off in a mask at first. I had different ideas for my character, and then I had this Tenacious idea. I was like, I just loved the name Tenacious. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but it was going to be something. And it kind of just naturally happened that it had to do with singing, because I'm a theater kid. Okay. I did all the plays in high school, and that was a big part of me. You know, I'm a very theatrical and dramatic person. And I had a knack for writing parodies to songs. That was a big thing I saw on YouTube that I watched a lot of as a kid, and I thought it was really cool. And I had the opportunity to do something like that in one of the plays I was in, Alice in Wonderland, and it got a really positive reaction, and people had a lot of fun with it. And that was kind of, I guess, like the inception of it all, where I thought to myself, you know what, this is something that, you know, in general could work for me and could be a skill, something that could really set me apart. And because of the beauty of professional wrestling, you know, how all-encompassing it is, and, you know, all the different audiences that it brings in, and all the different walks of life that it has, you know, I just thought, you know, why not put them together, you know? And so I started kind of just playing around with that idea by doing like almost jokeful promos at training, you know, kind of just bringing it up. And the more I talked about it and the more I sang about it, the more people got into it and the more they encouraged me to do it. And then I did it on a show, and it, as they say, it got over very well. And, you know, just like a restaurant, if you're serving something and people are buying it, don't take it off the menu, right. You know? Nice. And but when I first started doing it, just because of just how life was going at that time and the responsibilities that I had and just the position that I felt I needed to put myself in for the good of the future, I kind of put the Songbird on hold. I was still kind of singing, but I kind of put it on hold. And then I think around 2009, end of 2018, 2019, is like when I really started to go full gear with it. No pun intended, but that's when I got the whole Elvis bodysuit and the sparkly gear that I'm known for, and really making it me, going like 110% in with it. Because, you know, every single person that saw it, that one little bit of time that I did it before, you know, they all said, man, go back to the Songbird gimmick. Like, do it. It's so good. Like, it's you do it so well. And I think just the more I've done it, the better I've gotten at it. And the true beauty of it for me is that the Songbird is honestly unapologetically me. That is 110% who I am outside of the ring, and also 120% of who I am in the ring. And so I just feel so much like myself, and I feel so unstoppable, and I feel very creative, and I feel very tenacious, of course. And obviously, because I'm sitting here today, you know, I feel like it's really paid off for me. And as you said, you know, it's a performance like no other, and it's It's something you just have to see with your own eyes. And for me, I always tell people it's not just something you have to see with your own eyes and hear with your own ears, but it's something you have to experience with your heart as well, because that's what the Songbird is at the end of the day. It's an experience, an unforgettable one, because I take pride in a lot of people telling me that I'm the most memorable part of a lot of wrestling shows they go to.
Yeah, well, I had a lot of memorable things in my childhood. Some scarred me for life, It doesn't always make it a great thing. But tell me this, and I just thought about this. Like, generally, every time you come out like to an original song, right? So it's something different. Like, what is your writing process for that? Like, is it a week in advance? You're like, let me start thinking of a song and pull it together?
At first, when I was doing it, it was a very rehearsed and dedicated process. When I was first doing it, I really wanted to make it as different and as parody and as new and fresh as I could make it. And so I had a few drafts, and I would spend time writing things down. I would practice it 1 to 5 times every day, and then by the show day, I was ready to do it. Mm-hmm. And because of just the rate that I wrestle at, and just being a grown adult and all these other responsibilities I don't always have time to sit down, get a piece of paper, and write out the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So as of late, it's been a lot of okay, my thought process is, okay, what is the match? Okay, where is the match? And so the song will have something to do with the situation. And I usually already have a playlist of songs that either I've already done and I already have the lyrics ready to go, or I have a song that I've been wanting to do, and that'll encourage me to write new lyrics to it. Most of the time, especially as of late, for the past year, a lot of my songs are written the day of. It's literally, and I feel like that's better, because I feel like if the more time I spend on it, the more I can't really decide of what's going to work and what's not going to work.
Right.
Again, going back to the terms, kind of just calling it on the fly, and there's a lot of songs I've written 3 hours before I go out and do it for the very first time, because I feel like that's when my mind is in a position of okay, it's go time. I got to focus on this. And that's where the really good stuff comes out. That's where I can think the most simple but sophisticated at the same time.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
That's awesome.
I like the process.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we have to get a break in, but we want to keep this rolling, of course, with the Songbird. Did I say that right now?
You got to drag out the a little bit more.
Songbird.
Okay, that was actually just kind of weird, to be honest with you.
Okay,
right.
fair enough.
Yeah, let's go to that break.
I'll practice. I promise. We'll try and get that right when we come back. But when we come back, more with Ricky Tenacious, of course, big show for Big Valley Pro Wrestling, Loud and Proud 23, coming up on June 24th. So we're going to get to talk to Ricky about that huge event happening in Las Vegas and so much more when we return on the Mark Hoke Show here on KDAWN. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back. If you're looking for an award-winning dining experience at outstanding prices, look no further than Unique Eats. Whether it's their incredible breakfast platters, amazing pastas and sandwiches, or world-renowned pizzas, celebrity chef Dominic Tedesco will have you covered. Check out their coffee and smoothie bar, vegetarian options, catering, and top-flight service. Visit Unique Eats today at 3100 South Durango, Suite 100. Call 702-992-3038 or go to uniqueeatslv.com, and we'll see you all at Unique Eats.
You're listening to the #1 professional wrestling radio show in Vegas, The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Now, here again is Mark Hoke.
All right, let's do some more radio, shall we, kids?
Let's do it.
Yeah. It's the Mark Hoke Show on KDAWN 101.5 FM. The talk of Las Vegas, the best in pro wrestling news and entertainment. The David Difference by my side.
Always. Always. And, well,
that's so sweet.
Yeah, I say that. I say that often, but we'll see how long it goes. Wow. You're my guy, man. It's been a fun adventure.
And many more to come. And, of course, a guy who's going to be having a huge adventure on the 24th is Ricky Tenacious in the house.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Yes, I will be there. June 24th, Big Valley Wrestling presents Loud and Proud Volume 3. It is our 5th fundraiser for the LGBTQ Center of Southern Nevada, but it is the 3rd installment of the Loud and Proud branded shows that we do annually. And quite honestly, I always say it because it's true. It is one of the biggest events that Big Valley Wrestling puts on each year, and it is certainly an event that I think a lot of people look forward to. And it's just always such an awesome vibe. It's an experience that I really hope all the viewers can attend and can feel for themselves and just be massively entertained, because that is what Big Valley Wrestling does, man. We entertain the masses like we've been doing all year now so far, and now Loud and Proud's coming up, and man, stacked card.
Tell us how stacked this card is, Ricky.
So the Loud and Proud shows showcase some of the best in the LGBTQ plus community of professional wrestling. It will also feature your favorites of Big Valley Wrestling, our champions, Fresco-Matic, Sky High. Allies are welcome on the show as well. I'm an ally myself. When I say stacked card and I say some of the best of the community, some of the best in professional wrestling in general, Kid Bandit, Jamie Senegal, Deshade. We all love Deshade.
Yes, sir.
Trish Adora, as seen on Ring of Honor.
Nice.
R3, very reputable competitor from Arizona. Tommy Purr, and what a lot of people have been calling the King of Las Vegas Wrestling, and he's been that, I think, like 2 or 3 times over now. Papa Yase will be there as well, including other great talents such as Bryce Saturn, Damian Desire, Noah Anderson, which I know a lot of people don't like Noah Anderson, but hey, Noah Anderson is going to be there as well. Frank the Tank will be there as well. Fresco-Matic, Sky High. Myself, of course, Richie Coy. Just it's top to bottom, this show has so many great competitors, so much great talent. Speaking of great talent and speaking of great competitors and speaking of the LGBTQ community, Dark Sheik will be at the show as well, competing against Trish Adora in a very highly anticipated match. I mean, when we put that match out, a lot of people's jaws just dropped across the board for social media, across the board in the wrestling industry, across the board here in Las Vegas. So top to bottom, great show. Deshade, Kid Bandit, Papa Yase, Dark Sheik, Jamie Senegal. So much.
You want to say everybody's name 12 times? I get it. It's a stacked card, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm just excited that we have all these people together on one show.
Yeah. No, it's a big show. So how did this come together as far as doing the fundraising shows? You said this is the 5th one. So, how did that partnership come together? And what does it mean to you? I mean, obviously, giving back to the community, that's one thing I love, and we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. But how did this come about, and what does it mean to you?
So it came about in 2019. One day, the Big Valley page got a message. I got contacted by the center, the LGBTQ Center, where the show will be happening June 24th, 7 p.m. Tickets available on Eventbrite. They contacted me because they had an idea to do a wrestling show. And they got the idea because somebody came to their location and they spray painted a homophobic slur on their doors. And so in response to that, they said, you know what, we're going to take a negative and turn it into a positive. We want to do a pro wrestling show centered around fighting back against this hate. And we're not gonna take this and, like I said, turning a negative into a positive. We're going to make it a fundraiser. We're going to bring people in. And we're gonna have a great time, and we were all in for it, and originally it was a fundraiser, At the end of the day, it was a fundraising show. That's what we do. We love to be involved with the community. We love to give back. We love to get involved with organizations, And that's another big part of why Big Valley goes all across the valley, why we've been to every corner of Las Vegas, And so we did the show for them. And while I was putting it together, I said, you know what? Like, if we're going to be at LGBTQ Center, I want to make sure we can showcase some of the queer talent, So the first year we did it, it was a pretty fair balance. It was what I could do. We had like a month to put it together, But I said, you know what? Like, this was such a fun show. And the first time we did it, it wasn't a whole bunch of people. It was the first time we did it. But I said, you know what? But this is going to be the start of something special and the start of something new. And that's really what it was. 2020, we were supposed to do one, but obviously we couldn't do it for obvious reasons. And then 2021, we came back and we did that show. That's where I wrestled Effy. And that one was huge. And we got so many local businesses together, and we got other wrestling organizations together, and so much great talent together for it. And it was such a great time. I just remember there was just this continuous glow over the ring the whole time, because everyone was just having such a fantastic time, a fantastic experience, And as far as it being like a Pride wrestling show, that's something that in the back of my mind I've always wanted to do. And so I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity, and Big Valley has the opportunity to do something like that to help showcase so many talented individuals, especially during Pride Month.
Right.
And then just in general, man, I mean, the Loud and Proud shows, like I said, everyone looks forward to them. They're always a fantastic time. They're always a phenomenal show, great showing from everybody. We always tend to put together really banger matches like we have on this one. Like I said, we announced Trish Adora versus Dark Sheik. We also just announced the Battle of the Big Men.
Real quick, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay, no problem.
And then we'll come back, wrap it up. I'm excited about this show, though, man.
Yeah.
This is going to be my first one. Mark Hoke, you're going with me. We're going down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're gonna have Matt back. Wow.
Jesus.
Matt, that's right. I need him right now. Matt Black from WrestleZone is going to be joining us here on the show. Ricky, you going to stick around with us?
Hey, man, I can sing a few tunes.
There you have it.
That'll work. So, guys, make sure you check that out. And tickets are available, from $40 to VIP front row down to $10 for the kids. I mean, it's going to be a terrific event. So, check it out. You can Big Valley Wrestling's on Facebook. You can go to bigvalley.weebly.com and get in there. It's going to be a blast, I promise you. And plus, you get to hear the Songbird.
Oh, come on. Yeah, and it's worth the price of admission right there.
Absolutely.
And it's a great cause, man.
Ricky should be
fundraiser.
Should be charging extra for that. Ricky, get out the tip jar, man.
Yeah, please help us come raise funds for the LGBTQ Center, June 24th, Big Valley Wrestling's Loud and Proud. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com.
All right. So, guys.
Who's on that card?
We got to go. We'll be right back.
Main event hardcore match.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show. Like us on Facebook at The Mark Hoke Show. And visit markhokeshow.com to keep up with everything happening with the show. And remember to check out all of our archive shows on YouTube at The Mark Hoke Show, and download our podcasts at markhokeshow.podbean.com and all your favorite podcast outlets. So join The Mark Hoke Show family today, and thanks for listening.